Hey, everybody. Hey, everybody. And you see my face, you know it's time for Inspire Talk. I am Miss Shonda Alicia, and this is a special edition of Inspire Talk because y'all know, wait, didn't I just see you yesterday? Yes, you did just see me yesterday, but we got another special edition for you today. So you're going to see me again and again and again. So don't even trip. But welcome to Inspire Talk. Once again, I am Shonda Alicia, and today is a very special show. Um, I'm excited about what's going on today. Today is going to be a day of greatness. As it was stated a little while ago, transformation greatness. But before we get into all of that, I want to bring up my amazing co-host, Miss Shelly LJ.
Hey y'all, how your mama now?
How you doing, Boo?
I am doing good. I'm having a really good day. I am super excited about today's show and having Shawn on and I'm excited. I'm
I
excited.
am I am excited too, and I know y'all looking. Y'all don't see our other counterpart, Miss Machia. She had another engagement, but you guys will catch her. She normally is on the regular show on Thursday, so she had another engagement today. But you guys most definitely will see her with us. So Machia will be with us back soon on our next show. So she's not going anywhere. She's going for the ride as well. She's going along for the ride as well. So let's talk about last night first. I wish somebody would sit up there and say they can't do nothing. Let me tell
Nothing.
y'all something. Let me tell y'all something. This baby is 9 years old, an entrepreneur, a book author, actress, and a model. And to put the icing on the cake, she is a survivor since birth.
Yes. Yes. She has been a survivor since birth with a heart condition. She was born where the blood was not flowing through her heart and pushing it back out. Plus, she had holes in her heart. And so it also talks about the learning delay that she had at a younger age and how hard she worked to get
Mm-hmm.
her grades up, to learn her ABCs, her colors. Now she's an author, a model, a singer, um, an actress.
Yes.
I mean, she is doing it and she is so beautiful on her spirit. Oh my gosh.
Is amazing.
She just
And she's
deserves.
nothing but 9 years old. That's what blew my mind. She's nothing but 9 years old. I wish my grandkids would tell me they can't do nothing.
It takes everything to a whole different level.
Yes,
Everything's
it
at a whole
does.
different level.
Yeah, because I mean, if that baby can do it at the age of 9, us old folks, we can do it as well. So yesterday, Miss Trinity was on with us, and she just blew our mind, and she captured our hearts. I so love her, and I can't, as I stated last night, I can't wait to see the greatness that God is going to bring from the young lady. So I cannot wait at all.
Yes, and her mom, um, she came on. She
Hmm.
didn't come on. She sent us a Facebook post, and she just
Yes.
was so grateful. She was saying that how the interview went so well, and she was just so glad that the interview went well. And so I was just really, she said, "Thank you, Shonda or Alicia, for having Trinity on the show tonight. It was truly amazing and truly honor meeting you and all of the ladies. Looking forward to see you soon." Um, it was an awesome show. So thank you, Camille. Thank you to her dad. Her dad is a very active dad in
Yes.
her daughter's life. And so
Mhm.
it was amazing.
Yeah, it truly was. So you guys can go if you missed the show, you most definitely can go to our YouTube page and you can catch it. It's going to say Inspire Talk. So make sure you guys go there and check out the interview with Miss Trinity. She is such an amazing person, young lady, talented, God gifted. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, she is. I can't wait till the next movie.
I know I can't wait to see. I can say I can't wait for the greatness to come from her. It's amazing.
Yes.
All, all right. So now that we talked about Miss Trinity and last night's show, let's get into the meat and the potatoes of this show, y'all. Come on now. I've been waiting on this show. So we have a young man. I'm not gonna give it all away because I'm gonna make sure he tells his own business. Y'all know how I do. I don't tell nobody business. I let people tell their own business. But I do want to say one thing. This young man reached out to me, and ever since he reached out to me, we have been like connected. We've been sharing each other's posts, commenting on each other's Facebook page. I truly appreciate him. And look out, y'all. He might just be at the power of self love. So I'll let y'all know and keep y'all updated. But
Yes.
we not gonna make y'all wait no longer. I am going to bring our special guest up for this evening, Mr. Shawn A. White.
Woo!
How's everybody doing out there in TV world?
I hope everybody's doing good.
How are you doing?
I'm doing amazing, and just let the record show that these ladies are doing a phenomenal job. And this is what it's all about, having a platform such as this to provide inspiration, and more importantly, to have individuals come on board that's really doing the positive work. And it's just truly an honor and a privilege to be upon such greatness. And this is going to be a fantastic show. That I do know. So let's get into it.
All
I
right, now.
concur. I
Let's
say
get
I
into it.
I say yes too.
So, Mr. Sean, what we do is, as I say, I don't tell nobody's business. I like everybody to tell their own business. So, for the people that don't know who you are, can you please let them know who Mr. Sean A. White is?
Absolutely. So, who's Mr. Shawn A. White? I'm a gentleman that, you know what, I'm just an ordinary gentleman that's just been blessed with skill sets by divine intervention. I'm just on a mission to motivate, encourage, and inspire the masses. But
Okay.
if you want to know a little bit more about me, New York native, born and raised, been here for about 26 years. Spent some time down in Miami, Florida for about 13 years, and here in a small city in which it's called Atlanta, Georgia. Been up here for about 8 years now. But transformation greatness, that brand is threefold. So it consists of me being a speaker, a coach, a hypnotherapist practitioner, a radio TV personality. But ultimately, my main goal and mission is very simple: motivate, encourage, and inspire the masses to travel all around the world, just encouraging and showing others that it's possible to overcome their self limited doubts and beliefs. Because as you see, ladies and gentlemen, you are looking at an individual that, quite frankly, I'm not supposed to be here.
Mm.
I'm
Mm,
not supposed to be here. If you were to truly know me and know my past and know my story, I tell you, it was only by the grace of God. I
Mm.
don't sit here bragging and boasting about my accomplishments because, quite frankly, it's not about me. It never was about me. But
mhm,
because of the fact that God has spared me at my lowest point where I was broken, not only financially and emotionally, but spiritually bankrupt, it was at that time that He saved me in order to do the mission in which that I have been called to do. And so I really want to get into that a little bit more. Any questions in which that you have, ladies? Because my goal is this: after this interview is over, if one person, and at least if one person can be motivated or inspired by this, then guess what? I have done my job and it wasn't in vain. So
Yes.
with that, let the show begins, ladies. Fire
all
away with your
right.
Yes.
questions.
I
Yes.
know that's right. And see, that's pretty. See, that's like you stated. That's pretty much what this show and this platform is about. It is to inspire, uplift, empower, and motivate others. To be heard, to use this platform as a voice. For the voiceless. That's exactly what this network is about. If you was to go onto like the regular FM or the traditional AM radio stations, they most definitely would kind of shut your mouth. But we're not
Absolutely.
that type. We're not that type of station. We're not that type of network. We're actually here for you to speak your mind, your freedom of speech, and be I'm a very transparent person, so be transparent. So I truly appreciate that what you just stated. So bravo, bravo.
May I add on to that as well, ladies, before you get started with your questions?
Yeah.
Hmm.
That's the reason why this platform is very, very important. I understand that podcasting is like quote unquote the hot thing, it's the trendy thing, right? I totally get that. But this is something in which that I teach so many of my clients and also those that follow me as well. And I want you to keep in mind and think about this that when you are doing a podcast such as this, do not, and I do mean do not look at this as like, oh, okay, well it's cute, it's catchy, it's trendy. No, I want you to know and understand that your podcast is basically a platform where people can get to know,
Hmm.
like, and trust you. You
Hmm.
are basically using this as a way, as far as for really motivating and encouraging people.
Okay.
You are giving people the confidence of knowing, like, wow, if Shonda can do it, if Miss Shelley can do it, and guess what? They look like me, they sound like me, then guess what? I
Hmm.
can do it too. And that's what it's all about. And you are 1,000% correct, Shonda, because when it comes to traditional radio and traditional TV, yes, they like to go ahead and muffle, your voice because it has to be politically correct. It has to be as far as on what's going to sell, right? I mean, it's a whole
Hmm.
psychology behind that. But what happens now when a person is doing that, they're not being their true, authentic selves, right? It's almost like the imposter syndrome comes into place. That's why so many people that are afraid because of the fact that they feel like, well, you know what? I don't have the skills, I don't have the credentials, I don't have the
Mhm.
connections, the hookup, that sort of thing. And I was in that space, guys. I used to feel like that too. Like, well, I don't have the connections, I don't have the degrees, I don't know the quote unquote important people. We live so much in a
Hmm.
time right now that if you haven't noticed, newsflash, people are so tired of fake and and I would just say, I'm just going to say fake, right? Of just fake
Okay.
people. But
Hmm.
it's always best when you can bring people on board that's going to be real,
Hmm.
that's going to be authentic. I'm not saying that you have to come on and, basically use a whole bunch of profanity, because I realize that the English language is so powerful. It's like 10,000 other ways you can say one word. But
Hmm.
when you realize and understand that this is a platform where you have a voice, you can let
Yes.
people know of your expertise. You can let them know as far as what you truly resonate with. You will be surprised on how many people will resonate with that. And by you reaching out to one person and impacting one person, you know what
Hmm.
happens by that? One person tells another person, just tells another person, just tells another person. And before you know it, if you are consistent in your calling and you're being
Hmm.
obedient to the calling, to the assignment, thus you then create what is known as Raven fans, thus a community. But it all starts with you stepping out on faith and
Hmm.
confidence and perseverance and saying, let me go ahead and do that first one. Let me do that
Hmm.
first one. Doesn't matter as far as how much money you have, doesn't matter how, if you got all the proper equipment and lighting. As you look, as you see, there's traffic behind me going left and right. But guess what? It's not about them. It's about you, ladies and gentlemen, that's listening to this, because you came on here to listen to value, to get some insight, some aha moments, and by
Mhm.
God's grace and mercy, we're gonna do our best to do so.
I know that's
Well,
right.
you know, Shawn, I've already had an aha moment while you were talking. You know,
Hmm.
before we
Yes,
came
ma'am.
on the show, I shared with you that the last few years have been very traumatic, and
Yes,
that
ma'am.
that I went through a lot of traumatic. My mother had some strokes. My father passed away. It was some trauma within the family, and I really found myself stuck. And now I was talking to Shonda, what, this week or last week, and I was just telling her that I used to have a show, and it was called The Way Christian Talk. And so many things have happened to where when I look at myself, I don't see me. I
Mm,
see an older me, a worn out
mm,
me, a tired me. a me that feels like what do I have to share? Everything that you just shared, I felt like that, and I've been praying lately harder and more because I do feel like life was more. I could deal with it better when I was doing the work that I was supposed to do.
Okay.
It
Mm,
was easier to
Right.
because I was in the flow of God. I was walking on the path that God had directed me. And so
mm,
when all of that happens, when trauma happens in people's lives, sometimes for some people, you get knocked off so quickly. It's like you shooing a fly away and you just knock it out of the flow of what it was flying. And so
Mhm.
now you're not on that path anymore that you
Mhm.
feel like, how can I go back and
Mhm.
speak the way that I did and do the things that
Mhm.
I did when now I'm different and everything that you go through in life, you know, it's the same. I felt like I was living the same that Satan is trying to steal, kill, and destroy me. And
Mhm.
on an
mm,
everyday basis. And
Mhm.
so with that, coming and Shonda has been so helpful. Whatever you want to do, however you want to do it. She's opened that platform for me, but it's been me talking me out of it because
mm,
I look at videos of what we used to do, and then I hear my family, the ones that I'm praying for. God, I want my family to have salvation. I want my friends to have salvation. I have family in Los Angeles, California. I have family in different places. When I hear my family say, "What happened to your show? I was enjoying your ministry. What happened to the word? I was enjoying the ministry," or even people that were in it. It's like I got ordained to become a minister.
Mhm.
And then I felt like immediately I was dropped in the wilderness.
Mm.
And and so it doesn't make you feel like a minister when you are going through so much muck of it all.
mm,
And how
Mhm.
can I minister to these people when I'm so trying to crawl out of this space of Shelley? It's not necessarily anybody saying you can't do it or I don't want it. And so that one person was my uncle. And yes, the other day he said, I was looking at your Facebook because I follow your ministry. And it
Mhm.
just was like a stab. And I was like, oh, he's that one person. That one person that I reached, that one person that is still looking for that word. But here I am talking myself out of it because I'm I don't see me that way anymore. And
mm,
so, but I know that God has a work for me to do because he doesn't I feel like I've been stripped of everything. He doesn't strip you of everything to leave you there. He strips you
Correct.
of everything to build you up. And so
Absolutely.
now I'm going through that of building up, but I have to get out of my own way and it's hard. And I know I'm not the only person that's feeling the heart of
Mhm.
it.
Mhm.
It's hard and so many people have lost so much. People that they used to hold on to for their anchor, people that they used to lean on for their comfort, people that they used to lean on for their getting spiritually fed. A lot of those people are not around anymore because of COVID, because of pneumonia, because of cancer, because of so many other things. And people are leaving us so rapidly that I was saying that we're not even stung by it anymore. When we hear that someone has passed, it's not like, what?
Right. Right.
Yesterday I
Right.
was looking at TV and I saw that OJ Simpson had passed away. And that was the first time that I was like, what? You
Man,
know,
that
Right.
shocked the mess out of me. That shocked the mess
right.
out of me.
And
And me
so
too. Me too.
I can understand what you're saying. So you're reaching that one person, and that one person is me because I feel like my spirit is poking out of me.
Mm.
and so ready to burst. And so I'm like, okay, okay, God, but what if this happens? Or what if that happens? So I understand what you're saying. And it's so many of us that's going through it. And so many of us don't even know it.
Correct. I was about to say that.
So
I was
many of
about to
us
say
don't
that.
even know it. We go through the muck and we don't even know we're in quicksand until we're blowing bubbles out of our nose and say something ain't right.
You know what's interesting? You know what's interesting, and because I'm such a huge fan of human behavior, and this is a very true statement. As human beings, we're wired and programmed this way. Is that 9 times out of 10, we won't do something major until like a traumatic event happens.
Mhm.
And let me give you an example of what I mean. Only when I was at my lowest point, when I was homeless, when I was broken financially, emotionally, and spiritually bankrupt, was then and only then when God was truly able to revisit Himself within my life. And really, at that point, I was like, okay, I truly surrender, do what you will with my life. And I think what it is because we as human beings, we want to say that we got it, right?
Right, right,
We want to say like, okay, well, we can definitely handle this. And yeah, it's bad, but it's not that bad yet, right? I
right,
haven't
right.
hit rock bottom, so I guess I'm okay, right? You ladies know all about that, especially as being like wives and and having children and
Mhm.
parents. You all know about that because you wear many different roles, and
Mhm.
there's so many individuals that's looking towards you for guidance, for wisdom, for nurture, for love, for everything else. So you wear so many different hats, and you're exerting your energy so much, and you wear your crown as queens very, very well because I
Mhm.
mean, let's face it. I mean, I learned a lot about life from my mom, right? And
Mhm.
which
Mhm.
she was my first role model. Shout outs to Louise K. White, God rest her soul. But my point in saying all that is this: is that only when we get to that point for most of us where we say, okay, you know what, enough is enough. I
Mhm.
know as far as I'm supposed to be doing more than what I'm currently doing.
Mhm.
I know I'm meant for something greater, something
Mhm.
bigger and better, but I just feel trapped and I feel stuck.
Mhm.
And I'm just at that place where I just don't know. And Shelly, I can relate to that. Oh my goodness, on so many levels. Lord, I need to write a book on that. But when you surround yourself with individuals like Shonda,
Mhm.
when you're able to be transparent and really talk about that, then and only then, that's when the healing starts. That's
Mhm.
when the
Mhm.
transformation starts. And that's when you can
Mhm.
truly get the help. That's how it was for me as well. When I truly said, you know what? I don't have all the answers and I know I need help. And I just humbled myself. That's where mentors started coming to me left and right and just started pouring into me from a business level,
Mhm.
from a spiritual level, financial level. It was like, where you guys been all this time in my life? But
Mhm.
what it was, I had to humble myself and I had to get out of my own way.
Mhm.
Now, there's some individuals that I've come across that said, well, I'm spiritual, right? I'm a God fearing man, a God fearing woman. And I just don't believe in coaching or hypnotherapy because that will go against as far as on what I believe.
Mhm.
And here, right, is that you can believe in God. I mean, you can be um, a person that's deep in scriptures and everything else, but also too, there's nothing wrong with seeking outside help as well.
Mhm.
Getting the therapy and the healing and which that you need, especially if God is nudging you in terms of getting that, because what I call that wisdom.
Mhm.
But you get a lot of people that may want to confuse that or mistaken that as like work of the enemy.
Mhm.
On the contrary, on the contrary. So I loved on how you raised that, and there's something which I like to do with my clients, and there's a particular modality. It's called the Paris window. I absolutely love it, and my clients they love it as well. And it's very simple as well. It takes about less than a few minutes if you'd be interested in going through that exercise.
Sure, let's go.
Okay, cool. So with the Paris window, let me go ahead and just set the stage for you. So the Paris window is basically a modality in which that we use in NLP as well as with hypnotherapy. It's basically this will allow for you to interview that pressing issue, right? So what I would like for you to do is even go a little bit a step further and even give it a name, in which this is going to be pretty cool here. So you ready, Shelly?
I am.
All right, awesome. And what about you, Shonda? Are you ready as well? Do you want to participate or just listen?
I'm gonna just listen, cause then I'm gonna do it on my own. Cause I look, I'm answering questions, so I don't want to be thrown off. So people are
That'll be
asking
good.
me questions, trying to find us.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. No problem. No problem. So, Shelly, if you would, if you can just do me just a quick favor. If you can just take your glasses off for me and just sit up straight. All right, awesome. And what we're going to do is just focus first as far as on our breathing. I love doing this. So, with each breath, what we're going to do is this: we're going to take 3 deep breaths. So we're going to inhale as far as through our nose, like this, like, and then we're going to exhale through our mouth slowly. With
Okay.
each breath, you're going to inhale more on the second breath through your nostrils. And when you're going to exhale, you're going to exhale slowly throughout your mouth.
Okay.
Okay? Okay, awesome. So here we go. Let's take the first deep breath. Hold it, hold it. And now exhale. Very good. Shelly, let's go ahead and breathe in one more time through our nose. A little bit more. You're going to hold it, and when you're ready, start to exhale through your mouth slowly. Very good, Shelly. One more time, take one more deep breath through your nose, but try to breathe in as much oxygen as possible. Hold it, hold it, and when you're ready, exhale through your mouth very slowly. Very good. Now, Shelly, at this time, what I'd like for you to do is just go ahead and focus on your breathing. I just want you just to pay attention to the sound of my voice, nothing else. Anything else in what's that you're hearing in the background is totally fine. It's all working out for you. And as you are focusing on your breathing, just allowing for your mind, body, and spirit to be all in one unison, working for you. And just allow for yourself just to be relaxed and be at peace and calm. Let's start with the process, Shelly. When you are ready, we're going to stop from the top of your head and we're going to move this beautiful, loving energy, however that you describe it and how the way it looks, coming down from the top of your head, moving all the way down to your eyelids. And also in your eyelids, you may even notice like a fluttering sensation. It's totally fine. So your body is just working itself out, just being relaxed, just like that. That's right. And from your eyelids, moving down to your nose. And from your nose, moving all the way down as far as to your lips. And from your lips, move way down to your cheeks. And allowing for just that positive, beautiful, radiant energy just to flow on through your face. And moving all the way down to your neck. Just feeling that warmth and love and positive energy just radiate. And moving all the way down from your neck, all the way down to your shoulders, and just allowing for it to flow down from your shoulders all the way down to your elbows. And from your elbows, moving down to your arm and to your fingertips. And you might even feel like a warm, tingling sensation. It's totally fine. Just allowing for that to radiate and flow all the way through, Shelly. And when you are ready, let's bring it on up a little bit. Bring it back up to your elbows and to your shoulders. And moving all the way down to your chest area, then to your solar plex. And just feeling that warm, beautiful, radiant energy as this is flowing through, just taking this time. And from there, moving all the way down to your belly button and moving all the way down. Good, good. And then moving all the way down. Now we're going to start focusing now, moving into your legs. From your legs, allowing for that beautiful radiant energy to just take down. And moving all the way down from your legs to your knees. From your knees, just slowly moving all the way down to your legs, to your ankles, and to your calf. You may even get an urge just to roll as far as your ankles from side to side or twirl them. It's totally fine if you like. And then moving all the way down from your ankles down to your toes. And you may even have a tendency to even want to wiggle your toes, which is totally fine. That's right. And just picture and imagine, play or pretend, shall we? That all that beautiful warmth and love, positive energy is just flowing through your toes. And when you are ready, Shelly, we're going to then start the process of bringing it all the way back up. So from your toes, we're going to then move it all the way back now into your ankles. From your ankles, moving all the way back up to your legs. So hit your knees. And from your knees, moving it all the way back up, back to your solar plexus. And at the same time, Shirley, as you're moving back up, slowly but surely, it's even hitting your back area as well. So you will find that your spine is in perfect alignment with your mind, body, and spirit. That's right. Excellent, Shirley. And when you are ready, let's continue to start bringing it back up. When your solar plexus back up to your chest area, and back up into your shoulders. And just allow for that. Don't forget now, from your shoulders, bringing that down to your arms and to your fingertips. Just allow for that to radiate all the way through. Pay no mind to the sounds in the background. Working itself out on unity for you. And from there, bringing that back up now to your neck area. Up to where your mouth, your lips, back up to your nose. Circulate all that positive and beautiful love and energy to your eyelids and to your ears, back up to the crown of your head. And as you continue to listen to the sound of my voice, Shelly, allow for that positive and beautiful, warm energy just to circulate through your body at your pace. That's right. Outstanding, Shelly. Outstanding. Good. You deserve this moment right now. Amazing. In just a few moments, Shelly, when you're ready, we're going to set the scene here called the Paris window. And this is going to be so fun and so cool. What I'd like for you to do now, Shelly, and this is the part where continue just to keep your eyes closed, continue to focus on your breathing and that warm and positive energy. But I'm going to have you describe to me the window. So we're going to paint a scene, me and you, together. This is going to be a lot of fun, okay? Good. The window. In this window, I want you to tell me the background. It can be a beach, it can be a castle, it can be whatever you want it to be, but start describing your background in the window for me, Shelly, when you're ready.
It's just a like a meadow of yellow flowers.
Ooh, yellow flowers. Ooh, I love it. I love it. And what else?
It's just pretty and nice.
Is it daytime or nighttime?
It's daytime.
Ooh, early morning,
The sun is
afternoon.
out.
Ooh, how hot is it?
It feels good.
So like an island breeze, you will, or summer
Yeah.
breeze?
Yeah.
Good, good, good. Can you visualize or imagine that just fine right now?
It just feels good just to be in the middle of it.
Good, good, good. Is there anything else that's included in this window?
It's grass,
Ooh, what color is the grass?
like a pale green.
Ooh, awesome. Any animals, any people, anything else?
No, it's just me.
Okay. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So now, Shelly, with that now, I want you to be able to visualize or imagine or even pretend that there's two chairs, one to the left and one to the right. When you have that image, let me know.
Okay.
Awesome. Now, with that, what colors are the two chairs?
They're like a burgundy. Both of them are burgundy.
Ooh, is that your favorite color, perhaps?
Mm-mm. They look like old school chairs.
Okay, okay. It's all good. All good. Now, with these two chairs here, is there like a table in between it?
No, they're just two chairs.
Okay, no problem. So now, Shelly, what I would like for you to do is this, with the focus on those two chairs, I want for you to back up a bit as far as you can, because this part is going to be where you're going to be like in third person. So you're going to be far back, but also in these two chairs, the person that's going to be sitting on the left is yourself, but you're going to be watching this from afar because this is going to be an interview. So you're going to have yourself sitting in one on one chair, and you're going to have your trauma or whatever you're experiencing in the other chair, and you're going to interview the trauma or the particular issue. But to make it more personable, you're going to give it a name, Shelley. And I want you to give it a name right now. whatever name that you want.
She doesn't have a name.
It has to have a name. Give it a name. Have fun with it.
The interviewer is Sheba.
The interviewer is Sheila,
Sheba.
and Sheba, that would be the interviewer, correct?
Yeah.
Awesome. And now for the presenting issue, whatever that may be, whatever that may be, give it a name. Give it a name, Shelley. Make it a good name.
Mary.
Mary. Awesome. So this is what is so cool because you get to sit back and you get to watch the interview. And the cool thing is this, as the interviewer, Sheba gets to ask the questions. Mary will respond, but I'm going to show you on what to do next. So, Sheba, take it away. Ask your first question.
Why are you so sad?
Oh, that's a good one. Why are you so sad? Now, allow during this time for Mary to respond because Mary is trying to tell you something. So listen to Mary's response without any kind of judgment or condemnation whatsoever, because you are looking from afar. Okay, Shelley? So she was asking the question to Mary. We're going to sit back and wait for the response. Mary, take it away.
Because my daddy died.
Mmm. Okay. Okay. Shiva, any other questions?
Are you okay?
Mary, that's an excellent question. Are you okay, Mary? What do you have to say about that, Mary?
Sometimes.
Sometimes. May I interject in here? May I
Mhm.
say something?
Mhm.
Okay. Shiva, I just want to add on one thing. And this is Mark, by the way. Hey, I'm actually the host here. I'm just listening here. And this is a very powerful moment. Shiva, Mary just said that she's very sad because her dad done passed away. Shiva, you want to tell Mary, you know something? I emphasize and I feel your pain. I totally understand and I totally get it. And I just want to let you know that I understand. I get it, Mary. But you must understand, Mary. I'm at a different place in my life. I have so much I'm supposed to be doing right now, Mary. And for the fact that this is being held against me with that guilt, with that shame, don't get me wrong, Mary. I love my dad. But I know if he's watching me now, he would be so proud of me and he wouldn't allow for this to hold me back. Do you see as far as what I'm saying, Mary? Now allow for Mary to respond.
Yes.
Mm, thank you, Mary. I do appreciate that. I really, really do. And again, Mary, I haven't been ignoring you. Trust me, I haven't. I understand as part of my subconscious mind. Your job is to keep me safe. Your job is to keep me protected and nurtured, so to speak. I understand that. But in order for Shiva to truly heal, you must allow for me to move forward. I'm not saying just to disappear out of my life totally, Mary, because I need you, because you are my failsafe. You are there to alarm me or alert me if something is wrong, if something is bad about to happen. So trust me, we're going to have conversations. But Mary, I need to move forward. Can you understand that, Mary? Talk to me now. Talk to me. Allow for
Yes.
Mary to respond.
Yes.
Awesome. Awesome. Sheba, is there anything else that you like to ask Mary?
No, I just wanted to know I love her.
Amen. Mary, that's powerful. When was the last time someone ever told you that they loved you, Mary?
They tell me all the time.
Hmm. And when people tell you that, how do you take it? Are you receptive to that?
Surfacely.
I'm sorry.
On the surface.
On the surface. Hmm. Well, you know something, Mary? I'm glad that you're here. And thank you for being so honest. Moving today, Mary, I would like for you, as far as to reaffirm to yourself that you are special, that you are beautiful, and that you're amazing. And you are worthy of all the love. You are worthy of all the care. You are worthy of everything that is wonderful and positively amazing about you, Mary. And I want you to remind yourself every day, every minute, every moment of that. And do not from this day forward allow for anyone to tell you otherwise. Are we in agreement with that, Mary?
Yeah.
I don't. I don't. Anything else that you like to tell Shiva, Mary? That's very important.
Don't worry about me.
Oh, on the contrary, we're very much concerned about you, Mary, because as you see, when you heal, we heal. This is a package deal here, Mary. You're not by yourself. I'm not by myself. We are together. So can we work together from this day forward in order to get the 100% of total healing that me and you both deserve, Mary? Are we in agreement with that today? Because guess what? I am not leaving this chair until we are in 100% agreement. Take your time. Think about it. Come on. Mary, you are worth it. You are so worth it. You are so, so worth it. Sheba, you are so, so worth it. Sheba, do me a favor right now. I want you to get from out of the chair and I want you to give Mary a big, exclusive hug. And you do not let her go until I tell you to. Can you do that for me right now, Sheba? Get out of the chair right now. Run to Mary. Hug her, kiss her, tell her how much you love her, tell her how much you understand and that you are here for her. And from this day forward, you two will work together in order to restore that trauma, that inner hurt, that inner child that is within there. Do it right now. Right now. It feels good, doesn't it?
It does.
It does. Go ahead and hug yourself. Go ahead and hug yourself right now.
It does.
Give yourself the biggest hug and don't let go until you are truly ready to, when you truly feel that deep connection between Sheba and Mary, and not a second before. Fully embrace that because you two are one. And as you're doing that, you are noticing that the flowers are starting to bloom a little bit more, that the sunlight is starting to brighten a little bit more, and the wind is starting to pick up just a little bit more. And that is this warm, positive, beautiful, loving, healing energy all around the room. And anything that tries to come in between is blocked out, is canceled out. I want you to feel that and embrace it right now. Continue to hug. Don't let go. Don't let go until you two are fully ready and are able to look at each other in the eyes and smile and say I love you to one another. And I'm going to keep my mouth shut until you do.
Mary is ready. Mary is good. Mary is smiling and she's ready.
Outstanding. And what about Sheba? Is Sheba
She
ready?
was been ready.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Love that. So with that being said now, Shelly, what you're gonna do is step away a bit more. And you're gonna notice that the window, as you are stepping back, is starting to get smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. And with each step that you take back, you want to be so small that it then becomes a dot. And when you can only see a dot at that point, please let me know.
Okay.
Is it a dot to you now?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. So with that now, we're going to do a countdown from 5 to 0. Zero, when I mention zero, you're going to open up your eyes wide awake. But for right now, we're going to start down with 5. We are leaving from the destination in 4. You are still in that loving, beautiful, wonderful, positive rating energy space in 3. You are starting to come back into the room in which that you are alert and you are aware at 2. We're getting closer and closer, still allowing for that beautiful emotion, that beautiful energy that you and also Mary displayed. And 1, we are about to open the door and be back in the room with myself and Shonda. And 0, Shelly, eyes open, wide awake. 0, eyes open, wide awake, Shelly. Wide awake, man, wide awake. Hello there. Hi there.
That was amazing. I didn't want to leave.
What else?
I feel lighter.
Mhm,
I mean, physically, I feel lighter.
mhm.
Um, I could definitely feel when the breathing and the energy that goes through your body.
Yes, ma'am.
I can it even you can feel it It's like it's not a heaviness, but if anybody knows what a weight blanket is, it's a comfort blanket, and it
Mhm.
provides weight. It felt like a weight blanket each time it went down and each time it came up. Um, Sheba is a name that God gave me.
Oh.
I was I had a spiritual breakthrough a couple of years ago, and I heard I'm your new name is Sheba, and which means strength, power. Um, it's just not the Queen of Sheba in the Bible. It means strength, power, and so I've held on to that, but I've never walked in it.
Hmm. Tell me about Mary, because you gave it the name Mary.
I believe that Mary in the Bible was a person that to watch her son die went through a suffering that is unlike any other suffering. And literally having the two chairs there, it was like watching a child just balled up in one chair. One chair had light, one chair had darkness.
Right.
And Mary was in the chair with the darkness.
Mm, beautiful, beautiful. That's why, ladies, hypnotherapy is so powerful. That's just one modality that I gave to you, something very simple. It goes so much more deeper, but for the sake of time, I left it right there. But that's why I love this profession, because it's just so therapeutic. It is something that is safe, and it can help and heal so many individuals. And I just
Hmm.
absolutely love it. I absolutely love it. And I'm so glad that you enjoyed that experience, Shelly. I really, really did. And I
Now
was watching your body language.
I
Yes,
have
ma'am.
a question. I
Yes, ma'am.
meditate.
Yes, ma'am.
If I ever get into a situation to where I'm feeling like Sheba and Mary, can I bring that into my meditation?
Absolutely, absolutely. And also, there was something else that I could recommend for you to do, and which I totally forgot. I do apologize. It's something that's called an anchor. Have you ladies ever heard of an anchor, or know
Mhm.
what I'm talking
Hmm.
about?
Hmm. Hmm.
Tell, tell me, Miss Shonda, what does that mean to you when I say anchor?
Anchor is something. What is the anchor? Something that's like holding you down, or it's kind of like stuck, or keeping that position. That's what the anchor is.
Okay, pretty close. Very, very good though, Miss Shelley.
An anchor, when I think of an anchor, I think of a ship that's
Okay,
in a forward moving,
okay.
and when it's ready to slow down, settle, and stop, it throws its anchor overboard so it can have that weight to to keep it steady.
I love both of your answers. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to try to go ahead and tie both of those in. So when we say anchor, as far as like in the coaching industry or hypnotherapy, is basically it would be like a mechanism. It would be something that would keep you grounded and centered. It can be like an event. It can be maybe a phrase. It can be maybe an image, like a loved one. Whenever you think of that anchor, it could be an image, event, wherever have you. What it would do is that it would keep you grounded and centered. So to answer your question, Shelley, during your meditation, the safe answer is if you see Sheba and Mary going at it again, right, or having that conversation again, you can now use such as them two hugging together, them two embracing one another. And what that will do is that will create the anchor within you to bring you back into alignment of whatever you're experiencing. it's actually meditation and prayer is a form of self hypnosis, and that's something that we do every single day. But it's just labeled as meditation and prayer. It's a form of self hypnosis. So yes,
Now, how long have you been doing hip? How long have you been doing the hypnotherapy?
I'll say about a year and a half now. Being a hypnotherapist practitioner.
Okay. Okay. Now, when you started doing it, did it take you long to catch on to it?
On certain modalities, yes. Others, no, because of the fact that I was already suggestible in terms of learning hypnosis and hypnotherapy and NLP because it has to deal with human behavior and the human brain, which I'm a huge fan of. So, what really set the stage, what really did it for me, to tell you the truth, is when I was hypnotized by one of my teachers, actually one of my mentors, and that in itself, it was just like wow. I was like literally blown away. And from that point
Mhm.
forward, I was on a mission while I was in school. Like I was studying everything about hypnosis and hypnotherapy. I mean, I was like a man possessed because I was like, wow, this is so amazing. And that if it can help me, and Lord knows my story, I've been through so much hurt and tragedies. Whew, I need to write an anthology about that. But I know if it can help me, imagine how many
Mhm.
more people that
It
it
can
can
help.
help.
Mhm.
And the thing
Mhm.
is, Shonda and Shelly, is that so many people are afraid of hypnosis and hypnotherapy because of movies, TV, what other people might experience. Maybe they had bad experiences themselves. Those that may do stage, hypnosis, which by the way, I got colleagues that does stage hypnosis. But I mean, yeah, going through all those. So yeah, my work is cut out for me.
You know, it's
Lord.
this in our community that we think going to therapy, going to a doctor for mental illness, if it's
Mhm.
not a intellectual disability, a lot of people, even if it is intellectual disability, you
Mhm.
know, I worked in the field with intellectual disabilities for 20 years. And
Okay.
so many people were bound by guilt that their child was going through it. They thought,
Mhm.
and I'm not, when I say this, because I believe in meditation. I go really deep in meditation just like I did then. I feel that that was a form of meditation because you have to allow your mind to open up and you have to allow yourself to relax enough that it puts you
Absolutely.
in that state of
Absolutely.
without questioning everything that's going on.
Correct.
And
Correct.
a lot of our community um has never been raised on that, has never been
Yep.
really talked about it. You know, our
Yep.
parents and our parents don't even believe it. They don't even believe in
Mhm.
Mm-mm.
marriage counseling.
Yep.
So
Yep.
when it
Mhm.
Correct.
comes to that,
1,000%.
we are so far behind the eight ball because
Absolutely.
Mhm.
we don't allow ourselves to go there. You know, I don't feel like I was hypnotized. I felt like that I allowed you to guide my thought process to where I needed to go. And
Absolutely.
and I and I definitely felt the calmness. I definitely felt the the area that I felt like I was in. I definitely felt like I was in the meadow because that's what I saw and that's what I felt. And it reminded me that sometimes Shonda told me one time, talk to yourself in the mirror, but look
Mm-hmm.
beyond yourself. Now,
Right.
I haven't been able to do that.
It's one of the
You
most
know?
hardest things in the world when you have to talk to your inner self and start forgiving yourself. That's one of the things that I try to tell people. When you have to go look in the mirror and be look beyond yourself, that is
Yep.
one of the most hardest things in the world to do. I've done it, and
Yep.
when I tell you I broke down because I seen the hurt me,
Mhm.
and talking inside to the hurt me brought me to the place where I am today. I'm not going to say I'm all good or anything like that, but it allowed me to accept the part that was hurt
Mhm.
to begin to heal, if that makes sense.
Well, that's what just
Absolutely.
happened.
Hmm.
That's exactly what just happened.
Hmm.
Sheba was the me that's strong. Sheba was
Mhm.
the me that has been able to that's strong enough to handle it.
Hmm.
Mary was the me that's weak and that
Hmm.
it, it- that that has taken all of the absorbing of the pain.
Mhm.
And so talking to myself, instead of talking to myself in the mirror, I was
Right.
able to sit me down and see the hurt me. And I really felt empathy
Hmm.
Mhm.
for the hurt
Hmm.
me.
Mhm.
I really
Mhm.
felt
And
like, go ahead, Shonda.
no, I was just going to say, and then when you get to that point, another part is the mirror healness. That's what I call it, the mirror healness. You have the time to look at yourself and actually forgive yourself.
Mhm.
A lot of people
Ooh,
don't do that.
Mhm.
I've been
That's
there.
one
Oh
of
my
my things to
goodness.
do.
Oh my
And
Mhm.
goodness.
when you get to the point to where you're able to forgive yourself and forgive yourself wholeheartedly,
Mhm.
that's one of the amazing things that you can
Mhm.
do, and that's why I call it the mirror therapy.
Oh,
There
Because
are
and go ahead. I'm sorry. You said
there are
because.
some people that I've talked to that think for the word of forgiving yourself is antichrist. And this is why they said that Jesus has died on the cross for us for our forgiveness. If he forgave us, he felt like it was a lot of pride to say forgive yourself. But what people
Mm,
don't understand, that the process of forgiving yourself is not forgiving yourself for salvation. The
mhm. Right.
process of forgiving yourself is forgiving yourself and giving you the okay to move on. Like some people have remorse that they were in a car accident, they lived, but the other person died. Some
Mhm.
people feel like that they can't be friends with the other person because they're still married, but their friend got a divorce. So
Right.
there's a part of us that we have to understand that forgiving yourself is not a forgiving yourself for your salvation.
That's right.
mm-mm,
That's what
That's right.
Jesus died on the cross for our salvation, so we can have grace, mercy, and forgiveness.
Absolutely.
mm-hmm,
Forgiving yourself is allowing yourself to say that you made a mistake,
mm-hmm,
that you got hurt. And the people
Mhm.
that don't understand that end up with more serious mental illnesses like schizophrenia because their
mm-hmm,
mind don't know where to put it. So their mind is a powerful thing. Their mind creates a whole nother
realm.
scenario realm
Mhm. Mhm.
to be in to save
Mhm.
the person that is hurt.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm,
Mhm.
And then you have schizophrenia. Now you
Yep.
have other mental illnesses that because your mind is going to protect you whether you like it or not.
But not
But
correct.
mm-hmm,
going into that mental awareness and that calming down, I haven't done it in so long, and I thank you. Thank you so
Absolutely.
much, John, for helping me walk down that aisle. And it used to be something I did every day and every morning.
Right.
And so, it has been so long that I forgot the warmth that you still feel when you come out of it and the peace that you feel when you come out of it. You feel strong
Mhm.
that you can handle it.
Hmm.
And so,
Mhm.
everybody can do that exercise that
Sure can.
Shawn has done with me. Everybody can do that and put yourself, and it's so important because, like Shawn said earlier, me and Shonda are women. We have children, even though my child is grown. I have a 14-year-old. Shonda has grown children, but we are still mothers.
That's right.
We still
I got
do.
grandkids.
Shonda got
Wow.
grandkids. One
Wow.
day I'll be blessed with grandkids, but we still put on that face.
Yes.
Every
We
day.
Every day we still pull up our bootstraps and pull on our face because we know that our children are still, even though they're grown, are still watching us for how
Absolutely.
to respond.
Absolutely. 1,000%.
And so we
1,000%.
learned that so early. Hey y'all.
Hmm. Right.
When
Right.
inside we feel like that we're dying bit by bit, but we
Correct.
can't let anybody know. And then it goes to the outside world. And then we have to go to
Correct.
work with that face. And then we just learned that face is the face that we need to wear everywhere we go. And we
Right.
never take that time out. I'm going to start meditating again.
Good.
I'm going to start meditating again. That felt amazing.
Good.
I'm serious. I just feel so much lighter. Shine, I wish you would have participated in it. I feel so much lighter. I feel
I
so much.
will. It's just like I said, I'm answering questions and trying to make sure people get on so they can see and hear and listen.
Right.
So, I didn't want to, interrupt.
I understand.
I'll have my moment.
Okay.
And if you also notice too, Shonda, that also went through the journey with her as well, and that makes a huge difference because when you're doing this kind of work, there's a certain form of energy that gets transferred. And so I always said that I don't want to be those. I don't want to be that type of therapist that's just basically saying the suggestions and not experiencing myself. Because guess what? I learn from my clients as well. So if you go through the process, you're going through the healing journey with your clients, right? You are, being that cheerleader. You're providing that safe space. You are basically being the cheerleader, the coach, the best friend, everything in that moment. Then the
Hmm.
experience is so much more greater than as opposed to me just saying words and just looking at it, right? And trust me, she would pick up on that. Her spirit, her aura would pick up on that. And then the conscious mind would dominate because of the fact the conscious mind would be like, whoa, hold on, wait a minute now. Something don't feel right. And then from there, she would bring that up to what is known as, hold on a second. So there's three parts of our minds, ladies and gentlemen. You have the conscious mind, which is right here, which is basically our logic, our reasoning, our decision making, and our willpower. We have something here in the middle, which is called the critical mind, which is more like a gatekeeper. That's more like of a filter that allows to make sure that nothing that's like negative or any thoughts in which that we don't want to be able to have long term comes through. That is the gatekeeper. Our subconscious mind, which is some people argue 88%, 90%. The point is, it's the majority. It's pretty much on how we live our lives on a day in and day out basis, right? It pretty much rules. So if at any point, again, if I was just having a regular conversation and really not being in the moment with Shelly, her conscious mind would definitely dominate it. Would go to her critical mind, and be like, "Hey, wait a minute now. This don't feel right, right? This just feel like it's just words." The critical mind be like, "Okay, cool. Well, I get that," and then would cancel right back out. It would go. It wouldn't even reach her subconscious mind because the subconscious mind doesn't know the difference on what's real and what's not, and then it would go back to her conscious mind, which is the logic, the reasoning, the decision making, the willpower, and she'll be like, you know what, I'm out. I ain't feeling this.
Mhm.
That's the
Hmm.
way that the mind works. Our mind is very complex, but I just gave you like a quick, just very, very quick.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. People don't understand that when it comes to our mind, the scripture says um that you have to change your mind. The scripture's talking about have a mindset, the mindset
Correct.
that we have. And so
Correct.
I do believe that God lives in all of us. God gave us the
Absolutely.
ability to choose. Now,
Absolutely.
without a mind and not without the process of thinking clearly, logically, and knowledge, that you have to use your mind for that.
Correct.
So even in Christianity, you have to get into your head because we can't see God, but
Correct.
we
Correct.
believe in God. We can't
Correct.
see the Holy Spirit,
Correct.
but we believe in the Holy Spirit.
Amen to that.
So because of that, it is a part of our mind and it is a part of our thinking process. And the Bible states that we are a part of him as soon as we're born.
Yes, ma'am.
Soon as we're born, when we come out and we take our first breath on our mind is continuously working as children. I believe that's what God said, shh. That's why we have this, that's the touch of the angel saying, shh, don't tell no secrets from heaven. And
Mm-hmm.
so, because our minds are there,
I like that. Right.
our minds are there. And so
Correct.
it's power. We have power within our thinking and power within our mind and power within that. And so I believe in that. Some people don't believe in the third eye. I believe that we have the ability to see outside. And that's how
Correct.
some people have gifts of seeing. Some people have gifts of being able to know what's going to happen. They either comes in dreams or in other forms because
Mm-hmm.
God has the ability to touch our mind and open our mind. And some people just close it because as soon as they have that one dream, it's so scary and so real that I don't want to ever have a dream again.
Correct.
And so they
Correct.
close it.
Correct. 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 Wow, great point.
Yeah. So I look, I'm just at awe because it looks like that Shelly, you did have a breakthrough, and I'm glad that
Amen.
Shawn did that through you, and I'm glad I got to sit here and just be here and just be in the presence of you doing that. So I had your back, girl. Anything didn't look right. I'm like, that ain't right. You doing that right.
That's right. That's right.
But no, I'm so glad you went through that because she really wanted to deal with that, and I'm glad you helped her through that process, Mr. Shawn. Um, I know we didn't get into too much interview. We're gonna have to bring you back because Shelly took up all your time.
I did, and I
Mm,
apologize. You have so
it is
much to
all
talk
good.
about.
It
You
is all
are,
good.
But it was
All good.
something. But it was something that was truly needed for her. She
Absolutely.
got some, and she still got some layers she got to pull
your
Absolutely.
off.
love.
Absolutely.
And like I, t-
Absolutely.
and like I said, and I tell everybody, especially everybody that's on the panel of the retreat, in order for you to be a speaker, you have to go through the process of being in the process of cleaning yourself. You cannot get in front of people and talk to people and you're not right yourself, and people looking at you like, she messed up.
Exactly.
How's she gonna talk to me?
Exactly.
Mhm.
So you have to make sure, you truly have to make sure that you are clean and that you are clear, or either going through that same process before you can tell people, okay, I did this to come out of this.
Correct.
So you can follow these same steps.
Correct. And also too, something I wanted to add, and I wanted to touch on. You said something about the mirror theory. Woo, man. Sean versus Antoine done had many different battles. We had many legendary battles in the mirror exercises because Sean is an individual that's very articulate, intelligent, very calm, peaceful. He's a people person. He loves to get along with everybody. He loves as
Mhm.
far as to have genuine, great conversations. Conversations that's positive and meaningful. But
Mhm.
Antoine is that kind of person that listen here. He is no good. He's scandalous. He's straight ghetto, and he loves to scheme. And he loves to use his
Mhm.
powers of manipulation for evil purposes, for selfish gain. And so, the reason why I say Sean versus Antoine, we used to have so many legendary battles. because of the mental programming, because of so much trauma that I went through, right, growing
Mhm.
up, not having a father, basically being around like the OGs in the hood, and my role models, at that time, if I can be very candid here, was pimps, drug dealers, and hoes.
Come
And
on. Come
well, I'm
on.
sorry, prostitutes. Excuse me. Pardon my French. I
Mhm.
apologize. And prostitutes. So being around that lifestyle and not having a father figure really, to want to step in, I fell victim to the streets like so many of my other peers around that time. And I
Mhm.
grew up in the era in New York in the projects, Section 8. And during that time, that was around the crack epidemic that hit.
Mhm.
Mhm.
So just seeing as far as the drug dealers making all this amount of money, having the jewels and jewelries and girls and fast money, that was the thing because I looked at it like, well, hey, I mean, I don't see nothing better smoking. And he
Hmm.
had no programs and different things like that. It was a different time and a different era. So having that much of mental programming and yet going through the process, right, of really healing myself, it's not easy, not by a long shot. There was many times I didn't think I was even gonna make it. I thought it was gonna be times that I done lost my mind. I mean, oh my
Mhm.
gosh, just a spiritual battle within itself. Just
Yes.
within itself, ladies and gentlemen, it
Yes.
is not. Look. When you're truly doing the work, believe me, you will be challenged. Yes, you
Yes.
will. But if you're able
Yes.
to hold on from someone that has done the work, continue to doing the work because this is a lifelong um, thing I'm going to be doing. It's
Mhm.
so worth it because seeing the other side is just amazing, and knowing and
Mhm.
understanding that you have gifts and talents, and understanding your purpose, and understand that you have an assignment, and that there are so many people out here in the world that can
Mhm.
benefit from your gifts and talents. You just have to
Mhm.
make that decision and just ask your higher power, what is my purpose? Why am I here? And please
Mhm.
don't say it just because it sounds good, but really get into a quiet space.
Ask.
Go
Come
somewhere
on.
and ask and be real about it. Get to the point where I had to be when I was in that shelter and it was freezing cold. And I'm like, look, and I was literally stripped, on all phases. And I was like, what am I supposed to be doing? And I got bold with it.
Mhm.
I got bold with it.
Mhm.
I ain't care because guess what? I had nothing to lose. I
Mhm.
felt
Mhm.
at I felt at that point he was either going to give me the answer or I was a dead man. That's how
Mm.
serious it was. And
Yeah.
guess what? Because I was so serious and bold about it and so relentless about it, he gave me the answer and he showed me.
Thing to
But
me.
also, it came with a price. I had to
Mm.
be willing to listen and be obedient to the calling.
Mhm.
Mhm.
That reminds
One,
me of the scripture where it talks about, and y'all have to forgive me for I forget the man's name, but I remember the wrestle where he had a wrestle with God. And he wrestled and wrestled and wrestled
Jacob,
and wrestled
Jacob.
Jacob, that God
Hmm.
had to hit his hip just to
Hmm.
make him stop. So
Hmm.
that was the outcome of that, but he was not going to let go until he knew
Mhm.
what was going on.
You have
And
to be
and
relentless.
it's
Have
so
to.
worth it. But you had said that that was another era and another time when you were going through that. It's not. It's not. We still have these children that are in the city, that are in the hood, that are
Mhm.
that are being raised by the the prostitutes that's on the street, that are
Hmm.
being raised by it is a different era from when I was a child.
And
The
that's
Yeah,
what he
that's
was
what I'm saying.
saying.
whole
Yeah,
That's
that's
neighborhood,
what he
what I'm
was
saying.
saying. Yeah.
right? The
Yeah,
whole neighborhood raised you.
right.
Now you don't
Not no
have
more.
that, but you still have the things that so many of us are going through so much and we still don't know that they're
Oh,
still going to drugs. They're still going to game banging. They're still going to selling drugs. They're still going to, and now they just have a different venue to show it on, which is on social media.
social media.
And so, I think that the work that you're doing is great. It's really inspiring me,
Mhm.
um,
Mhm.
to move forward and to do the things that I know that God has, and Shonda inspires me also because Shonda is a person that no matter what's going on, she still stays on task.
Amen. Come on.
And
That's
I'm
beautiful.
learning how to do that because sometimes I just gotta, she still stays on task. And sometimes I just say, I gotta put this down for a minute. This is really getting on my nerves and it's not going like I want it to go and it's not
Hmm.
doing this. Shonda will correct that thing and make it obedient to what is going on and what needs to be done. And she still stays on task. And so I really am motivated by her and I'm really inspired by her because the things that go on, we know each other's personal life. We know
Hmm.
what's going on. And I'm like, and she's like, well, girl, you know what? That ain't working right there. So that means that God want me to work on this. So I'm just gonna go ahead and
I'm
work
trying to tell you.
and make this
I'm
happen
trying to tell you.
because I ain't got time for that to try to stop
Right.
me from what I'm supposed to be doing. And
Come on
so,
now.
it is it's we like you said, we still have a work to do. The
Mhm.
world is not saved. There's still, hardship and harm that's going on an everyday basis. And so all the mouths that can move for the glory of God and to spread the good news of Jesus Christ, whichever form that may be in,
Hmm.
Mhm.
because so many people need to get out of their own way, but just don't know
Hmm.
how until someone like
Mhm.
you, like
Hmm.
Shonda, like myself, shows them. You have a different platform than we have. I know that that you are on a talk show. Can you tell us a little bit about that talk show?
Yeah, absolutely. So, number one, I have my own podcast, which is Transformation Greatness, and which is all about motivating, encouraging, and inspiring the masses. But I'm also a radio and TV personality with the Small Business Network with my business partner and CEO of the firm, Dr. James McConnell. And so that's something in which that we do every Saturday at 2 p.m. And even though it's mostly geared towards like entrepreneurs, but also too, we talk more about that on just business. We talk about like the weather. We talk about different issues that may be happening in the world. So we like to give the viewers a variety instead
That's
of just
all.
having be strictly business. And so we try to make it very personable and we try to make it very
Mhm.
relatable to our audience.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And
And
where
where can they catch that at?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, absolutely. So, wow. So on Facebook, we're also on Comcast Cable, Channel 46. Let's see here. Ooh, man, it's a lot. It's a lot of different platforms that Roku TV, Amazon, whew, Comcast Cable, Fox. It's so many. It's so many. I ain't lying. There's so many
So
platforms, but
it's everywhere.
yeah, it's pretty much everywhere. Yeah, pretty much.
And what's the name of it?
The Small Business Network.
the small
Small business. Okay.
Correct. But
Perfect. And
mine's
we make
and
sure.
I okay, I'm sorry.
Go ahead. No, 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 no. Go ahead and finish. Go ahead and finish.
Oh, and mine's is Transformation Greatness, and where you can find me, StreamYard, but I love as far as to broadcast it as far as on Facebook. Eventually, I will be taking advantage of the feature because I want to spread out to Instagram, YouTube, if possible, TikTok, LinkedIn. I'm trying to be on every single place that I can. And the reason being because it's not about me. It is about individuals that are out there hurting and suffering, and they need for people such as myself, Shawn, or Miss Shelley, just go ahead and let you know, like, guess what? You can do it. And let's have a
Mhm.
conversation and let's reason about it.
Mhm.
That's what
Yes.
people need out here in this world. It's raw, authentic, real people. So we got a lot of
Yes.
work to do, ladies. A lot of
Yes,
work
we
to do.
do.
Yeah. Yeah, because a
Yes,
lot of
that's.
people put their faith in the wrong thing, and people are getting
Absolutely.
exposed day by day for the
Yep.
things that you would never think that they
Yep.
would do,
Yep.
and never think that how they would do it, and so people are getting exposed for that. You know,
Absolutely.
Mhm.
there was something I wanted to ask you. I wanted to ask you, do you have webinars?
That is something I'm working on. I'm definitely working on doing webinars. That's something in which
Mhm.
I was asking God in the beginning of this year, and I was like, Lord, I would want to really go ahead and be able to expand it, to do webinars, to do master classes. Speaking engagements is something in which is like an absolute passion of mine because I love people. So
Mhm.
God, however you want to enlarge my territory, just send me. I go. Make it possible. Make it happen.
Well,
You
we've
heard that. You
invited
heard
you.
that invitation. You heard that
We
invitation we gave you earlier.
we did give you an
I did.
invitation.
I
We
did.
gave you an
I did.
invitation. We gave you a clear, precise invitation, date, time, place,
Yep.
and hopefully you will be able to uh hopefully you will be able to join us. This is a retreat that is not just for women. This is the retreat that is for everybody. Single, married, young, old, mama, daddy, grandmama. This is a retreat for everyone because if you were at the retreat last year, so many people were moved and so many people were healed going into the right direction. But if we
Beautiful.
had the understanding of where our minds can take us and how our minds can heal us and how our minds can
Mhm.
get us closer to God and closer to
Mhm.
the revelation that God has for us. And if we could
Mhm.
understand that and help people to understand that
Hmm.
and not be a I'm just going to say it, not be a prophetic minister for hire,
Mm.
we would be able
Mm.
to spread that knowledge much more than it's
Great.
going now.
Great.
It makes me really upset to see prophetic people for hire. It
Yeah.
makes because the
Yeah.
gift is given not with it, the gift is given without repentance, meaning
Mhm.
that you can have a gift that God has given you of
Yeah.
so many different things, and to other
Mhm.
people you're still a sinner. But God
Mhm.
has given you that gift without repentance, and He's giving you that gift because He wants you to use it for something. But so
Right.
many
Mhm.
people take it and use it to make their pockets fill it because so many people are just, if you have a word, and not understanding that God has given you a word for you.
Hmm.
Mhm.
You,
Mhm.
you just
Hmm.
have to sit still and get there.
Yeah.
That's key. That's
Yeah.
key. That is key. Woo. Man, that's another topic for another day. I
Yeah.
ain't lying. I ain't lying.
And
Mm-mm-mm.
see, this is one reason why I pretty much started this platform as well as the Power of Self Love Retreat. Because, like you said, so many people minds are closed. I'm in several groups on Facebook, and a lot of those groups that I'm in, they won't allow you to promote the retreat or anything like that. They'll want you to come in and give like daily affirmations or give me what I need or give me like that.
Hmm.
But I try to do that, and then people that like really need the help, that's really looking for the help, I try to go and get them personally. I send them a friend request, and
Right.
before I give them the information to the Power of Self Love, I give my advice. It's quite a few women in some of those groups that done friended me. I'm having conversations with them. I'm giving them my advice. I'm telling them the things that I've been through to heal. And then with doing that, I give them my information to the retreat and say, well, if you want to learn more or if you want more than what I
Hmm.
have a few friends that is motivational speakers that speak on this and do this, and you can come and get this. A lot of people, because they don't live in Chicago, it's kind of hard for them to get there.
Hmm.
Right. Right.
So and just by seeing that, my auntie, I know she's listening somewhere, she gave me an idea today. She said that we can pretty much, the part of the retreat, we can pretty much record what the speakers are saying, but when it comes to that transformation and that healing, because we're creating that safe
Correct.
space, when it
Correct.
comes to that healing, then we can cut it off. So I'm really thinking about doing that because a lot of people, they can't make it, but they want to be there.
Right.
So I'm really thinking about adding that aspect of just recording our speakers and what they're saying in regards to the message of, self love, self wealth, and, boundaries and things like that. So I'm thinking about that.
Hmm.
Cool. Cool.
Hmm.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, guys, we've been well over an hour.
I'm
And like
sorry,
I
that's
said,
my fault. I
it is fine. It's
I'm
fine.
sorry, but I'm
It's,
not.
I've
Hey,
learned, I've learned doing this. You have to not put a timestamp on anything, especially when someone is getting something that they need. So
Hmm.
you can't put a timestamp on anything. So don't apologize for you're getting your breakthrough. I mean, it is what it is. When it's time for God to come in and do His work, let Him work, girl.
correct.
I'm
Don't
gonna
That's
try to
apologize.
something.
do. I'm gonna try to
That's
do
something.
that with Roy. I'm gonna try to do it with my mama and with my daughter because we've all been through traumatic situations, and we all have a scar that
Correct.
looks like it's healed, but as soon as you take the
Correct.
scab off, it's still bleeding.
Correct. Correct.
So you think it's healed because it's a scab on it, but
Mm-hmm.
underneath it's not healing. And
Mhm.
so I want to do that, and I know that I'm going to get some pushback, especially from Roy. You know, he
That's
doesn't
why you have to get someone that knows what
knows what
they're
they're
doing.
doing.
I
That
want to add
part.
on something like that as well, Shelley. You want to be very, very careful about that. And here's the reason why. Not only because you get the pushback, but also too you have to keep in mind with family members and friends. And this is something in which I've learned, which is very, very true, and which I actually had to tell a lot of my like family and even close, friends that knew me. It's because of the fact they know you. They knew you at your lowest points. They knew you at your highest points. They know you personally and intimately. So what happens is this: when you try to introduce them to that particular modality,
Mhm.
consciously they're like, okay, this
Mhm.
sounds good, right? I'll do it just because Shelly, you told me to, and because you my homegirl, you my mom, you my sister, whatever the case. But subconsciously, it's gonna be like, man, I know Shelly. Man, I remember 5 years ago when she was going through that, or I remember 15 years ago when we was that, or I remember, and then what's going to happen is going to bring up in the subconscious mind so many knowns and associations about you that it's going to block any type of particular progress they may get from that modality. So if I were you, I would be very cautious about that. I would recommend, this is just my professional opinion, you can take it or leave it. I would recommend for them to seek out someone such as myself or someone else that you trust that can do that inner work, on your behalf, and that will work out better. Trust me when I tell you, Shelly. I tried doing it before in the beginning with my family and friends. It don't work. It
So
don't
let
work.
me ask you a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you do virtual, like they have medical visits virtual? Do you
Yes, ma'am.
have sessions that are virtual?
Yes, ma'am. That's correct.
Okay. And it does work. Even though it works virtual, I was here,
Absolutely.
we are virtual,
Absolutely.
and I
Absolutely.
was still able to go through the process. A
Absolutely.
lot of people may say that they don't believe me, but I don't care because I just feel so lighter. I feel so much lighter. I just feel, and there's just a burst of happiness that I feel. And I can't explain that beyond that.
Correct.
So if they
Mhm.
want to have a conversation with you virtually,
Yes, ma'am.
how do they get in touch with you?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm available on all social media handles, especially like Facebook. That's where I mostly love to hang out at. You can reach me at Shawn A. White. If you want on Shonda, you can go ahead and send them like a screenshot of my profile. If not, you can reach out to me at area code 770-744-7213. Again, that contact number is going to be area code 770-744-7213. Well, please feel free to reach out to me via email, which I just seen that flashing. And Mr. Politic 3838, there it is, at gmail.com. I like the name of that too, Mr. Politic. Got a nice ring to
It does.
I I truly appreciate you, Shawn, for being on here. And thank you so much for reaching out to me and for being my friend on
it.
Facebook. Because you
Absolutely.
reached out to me and it was just like, okay, sure. Okay. And it's just like something, it's like you said, when you meet that spirit, that connection, it's truly amazing. And I truly appreciate you. And I truly appreciate you being here with us. And like I said, this conversation is not over. We got to get you back.
That's right. That's
We
right.
got to get you back. So it's not over, but I truly do appreciate you being here on the show today. Do you have anything coming up that you want to share with the listeners and the viewers as well?
It's so much. I definitely tell you as far as that. I'm finishing up actually my 6-part miniseries on hypnosis and what is hypnotherapy and how it can be very beneficial. So I'm going to be releasing that to the audience very, very soon. So that's going to be under wraps. Also, in addition as well, there's going to be a few other engagements that's coming up. Some speaking venues I'm going to be a part of. So yeah, I'm definitely going to be very, very busy. I don't want to talk about them too much, not as of yet, but they are definitely coming up. And one last thing I will say is this: is that you ladies are doing such a masterful job, and I just love as far as with you two, you ladies definitely have the chemistry, and I've been very observant with listening to you, Shonda, and also with you, Shelly. And by the way, I'm going to be sending people towards your way as well. So hope you ladies
Okay.
are ready.
We're
We
ready.
are.
I'm
Okay.
always I am I'm always ready to do the work. Um, I tell everybody just a quick backstory because if you don't know who I am, um, like you said, reaching that one, and I wanted to touch on it earlier. When you said just reaching that one, before I came up with Inspiration 98.7 radio network, because this is not your typical ordinary podcast to where you download it and then you got to
Right.
upload it to iTunes or another podcast.
Right.
I
Right.
actually have my own airspace. So we're actually live right now across the world on
Beautiful.
internet radio.
Beautiful.
So
Beautiful.
we're not only just in Atlanta, we're not only just in Chicago, we're literally across the world. Most of my listeners pretty much are in Germany, Portugal, England. I'm pretty much around the world. So it's not your usual podcast. I actually have my own internet radio station. So
Beautiful.
I got into this because I was with a radio station before I got mine for like 2 years. I had my show called Sunday Morning Praise. So I would, play gospel music Sunday morning, and then I would have like my talks, my interviews, like I normally do. Um, Unfortunately, the radio station that I was with is shut down, and then one of the ladies, she reached out to me. Her name was Miss Tracy Jackson. I will never forget. She said, Shonda, I'm reaching out to you because what happened to your show? And I explained to her, the station I was with is shut down. It's no longer doing its air thing. She said, well, why don't you do your own thing? Because I want to tell you, your show on Sunday morning truly saved my life.
Mm,
She said, I was on the verge of really ending my life, but when I heard you every Sunday morning and you gave your testimony and the people you were interviewing just really helped me, your show truly saved my life. And just let me know if you're going to do it again because I truly, truly appreciate you in those words of encouragement that you did. And that's how Inspiration 98.7 was birthed 8 years ago.
amen. That that
Hmm.
Yeah.
and that's how it works too. That's how it works. Hmm.
That
Yeah.
is our worst.
Yeah.
That is our. Now, what
Hmm.
city are you in?
Atlanta,
Yeah,
Georgia.
Atlanta, Georgia. So you're here. So do you have any upcoming events that
that's
maybe
what he
people
was
can
saying.
come to?
Yeah, that's what I'm working on. I'm working
Okay.
on literally as far as like I want to do like a lot of local events. I really do.
Hmm.
And so
Hmm.
I'm all about collaboration and connection. I
Okay.
need you on
Yeah.
that.
Okay.
Mm.
Well, I
All right,
definitely
well,
want to thank you for um, facilitating and guiding me through the process of understanding how to, because once you have a crack, that crack has no choice to become bigger and bigger and bigger. A crack cannot self mend itself. So
Correct.
that means that the crack becomes bigger. So as long as I keep digging through that crack, I'll continue to get to the other side. And thank you for facilitating me and helping me to understand and get back to a place that I was once in love with. But
Absolutely.
as we go through so much trial and tribulation in our lives, we forget, we hurt the person that we love the most. And
Yep.
sometimes that's ourselves.
Correct.
mhm.
Correct. Well said.
and and I want to thank you for, like I said, reaching out to me, being a part of Inspiration 98.7 Inspired Talk. As you stated, we're going to be seeing more of each other because he is part of my page and Inspiring the Journey. So make sure you go in there and you leave some nuggets on that page.
Absolutely.
So
Gotcha.
he is on Inspiring Journey, which is one of my pages. And then we just truly appreciate you, truly appreciate your gift that God has given you. Um, and I continue to pray that God uses you in the mighty way to save his people that's out here that needs to know that they need to be saved. So I truly appreciate
Amen.
you.
Mm.
Amen.
Yes.
Appreciate it.
We should not a problem. So we're past our time, but that's fine because I'm the owner and operator, and I can say that. So, but
There you go.
thank you guys for tuning in to Inspiration 98.7. If you want to reach myself or Shelly, you always can go to our Facebook page. Hers is
My Facebook, my Facebook page is Shelly LJ, and you can reach me there. Or you can reach me on YouTube. You can watch my past and soon to be present videos. And I say that with confidence and
Hmm.
comfortability that soon you can watch The Way Christian Talk will be coming back. So you can watch our soon to be upcoming shows, but you can watch past shows on the Way Christian Talk on YouTube.
Beautiful.
And
all
you can
right.
reach me on Inspiration 98.7 with Shonda or Alicia.
Yes,
Amen.
most definitely. And you guys know you can all go reach me on Shonda or Alicia on Facebook or anything that says Inspiration 98.7. Also, I have a page that say Inspiring the Journey. Make sure you guys go and join that page because I be leaving little tidbits and little nuggets on the morning for affirmations. Also, the information for the Power of Self Love Retreat. Stay tuned for the Power Self Love Retreat page. It is coming to Facebook real soon. Also,
Okay.
make sure you join us on Mother's Day at the Dear Mama Experience with Chef Tia Banks. That is May the 12th at 11 a.m. and it is in Atlanta. I have the information up on my Facebook page. You guys go there, follow me. Y'all get y'all tickets. It's going to be an amazing event. Don't forget to get your tickets for the Power of Self Love. We still do have the early bird special, which is $175, an all exclusive weekend trip. You cannot beat that. All you have to do is get there
Hmm.
and
That
get
is a
your
good one.
hotel.
That
So
is a
make
good
sure
one.
y'all go to. I got it pulled up this time, y'all. I was ready today.
Uh-oh. You go, girl.
Go to www.tpoflret reate.com. So the powerselfloveretreat.com, and make sure you guys you can go there and get your tickets there. July 18th through the 21st. We want you there. We want to help you heal. We want to start you on that journey of self-healing. And like I said, make sure y'all stay tuned because we may have this guy right here on that retreat. So y'all just stay tuned. Stay tuned. And we thank you guys for tuning in to Inspiration 98.7 Inspire Talk. And we hope you guys have a great night. Don't forget to go follow Mr. Shawn A. White on Facebook. Shawn A. White on Facebook. You guys,
Thank you,
thank you
ladies.
so much.
Appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thanks so much. And you guys have a good night.
Good night,
Bye.
everybody.